Civil rights. What is our civil rights? Our civil rights guarantee us equal treatment by government officials regarding political rights, the judicial system, and public programs. They are applied to all racial and ethnic minority groups. However, in the 1930s, public programs like schools were being segregated. This was happening right here in Santa Ana, California. Racial segregation was happening all over the state. White children were sent to white schools, which were cleaner and offered a better education. Mexicans were sent to Mexican schools which were less clean and didn't offer the same education as the white schools did. But thankfully there was a couple that didn't tolerate that and decided to make a difference. In 1945, Felicita and Gonzalo Mendez sent their children to the local school. However, their children were denied because of their physical appearance and their ethnicity. Their children had Mexican names and also were dark-toned skin, so they were sent to the Mexican school. This got them really mad because their nephews were allowed into this school and they were from a Mexican ethnicity. The only reason their nephews were allowed into the school was because they were light-skinned and their names and last names were not Mexican. That was the only reason they were allowed into the school. The Mendez children were sent to the Mexican school called the Barn. The Barn. The Mendez filed a lawsuit against the school for segregating children. They had many other parents join them who wanted to end segregation in their school district. They hired an attorney, David Marcus, who filed the lawsuit against the school district. Mendez versus Westminster lawsuit. Mendez and other parents who participated in the lawsuit. The attorney David Marcus argued that desegregation of California schools on the grounds that perpetuation of schools admissions on the basis of race or nationality violated the 5th and 14th Amendment of the National Constitution. The Anglo-whites argued that the Mexican children were not allowed into the Anglo schools because their English skills weren't good. They had bad moral habits and personal hygienes. Judge Paul McCormick said that segregating Mexican-American children in public schools was a violation of the state's law and violated the 14th Amendment, which grants equal protection. Due to the judge's ruling, California became the first state in the U.S. to strike down segregation in public schools. Mendez versus Westminster led the way for later cases like Brown versus the School Board of Education to end segregation in all the U.S. Sylvia Mendez, daughter of Felicita and Gonzalo Mendez, till this day is an advocate for equality in schools.
Sylvia Mendez.
Receiving the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Sylvia Mendez was thrust to the forefront of the civil rights movement when she was just a child. Denied entry to the Westminster School because of her Mexican heritage, she sought justice, and her subsequent legal case, Mendez versus Westminster, effectively ended segregation as a matter of law in California. The arguments in that case catalyzed the desegregation of our schools and prevailed in the landmark case, Brown versus Board of Education, forever changing our nation. Today, Sylvia Mendez continues to share her remarkable story and advocate for excellence and equality in classrooms across America.
Just keep in mind we all as citizens have rights. So don't be afraid to use them. Credits. Video by Oscar Rosales. Pictures of Google Images. Video. YouTube Sylvia Mendez Presidential Award. Song. Some Nights by Fun.